Welcome to episode 358 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from the geeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Alrighty, Stuart, we're back. And what is it? I'm trying to find news as we talk, but I don't know.
Then I'm going to have to scramble to find an image for it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's your choice. But, you got anything you've been up to?
Yeah. Last week I talked about getting into more emulation, and especially PS2 emulation. And you also talked about Control. And I'm just hearing more and more people talk about Control. And like I said last week, it sounds very much like PsyOps to me. So I played PsyOps. The old PS2 PsyOps. And boy, you would think PS2, you would think by then we would know that shoot would be R2 on the PlayStation controller. Be R2, right? No.
It's like R1,
PsyOps,
right? They use
it's
the
R1.
bumpers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say they use it. Yeah.
Which feels so weird because I play with an Xbox One controller. So this is wrong. I'm playing wrong. And I didn't realize that back then PlayStation 2 controllers were pressure sensitive.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like the harder you press
I
down,
completely forgot that they were pressure sensitive. And PsyOps, you need pressure sensitivity to play. And the emulation does not emulate pressure sensitivity. Well, you can change it, go into the settings and change it for that button, but that's not something you can do on the fly.
Gotcha.
Because you have to go into a menu. Okay, that it won't be that button there. Change the sensitivity down, and is it good? No, not quite. I need to go up a little bit more. Okay, and is it there? Okay, yeah. Because the telekinesis in that game, how high it comes up off the ground, is how hard you are pressing R1. So in the tutorial, there's hey, push this box through these three holes going up the wall. It's well, shit, I can't. Okay, sensitivity down. Nope, that's not quite right. All right, it's going through the hole. Now I got to push back up to 1. Okay, and then through the hole. It was okay, this might not be a good game to play on an emulator, which really sucks. So I decided to play another PlayStation 2 game that I just absolutely love. And really needs a sequel, really, really bad. It's Freedom Fighters. Freedom Fighters is a great game. It is still good. The whole premise of Freedom Fighters, because you're giving me this look like you have no idea what it is.
No clue. Never heard of it.
It's Red Dawn. It's straight up is Red Dawn, the video game, but instead of set in the deserts of Colorado, it's set in New York, where the Russians have invaded and they're taking over. And so it's up to you and a bunch of ragtag groups of freedom fighters to take the country back from the Reds.
Okay.
And it's really good. Again, shooting R1, that's wrong. Crouching is L2, that's also wrong. Aiming down sights is pushing the left stick in, also very wrong.
This was the early days of shooters on consoles, though, right?
Yeah, but like, see, when did Freedom Fighters come out? Freedom Fighters game. See, Freedom Fighters came out in 2003. All right, so Halo was already out. Halo was the one that set the standard for console shooters. Halo came out 2 years prior.
Okay. But it was probably, in development, like right before Halo came out, or?
Maybe, yeah, but I'm pretty sure controls were not set in stone 2 years prior.
Yeah.
They're still building assets by then. So I mean,
yeah,
but still,
who knows how
but still,
game designing was back then compared to now? Like,
sure, but I mean, but
yeah,
it just feels all wrong. But it's still a really good game. And it's got it was a little bit ahead of its time too, because let's say in the first kind of, it's not a mission really, because in the first area, after you've unlocked some things, you have two choices to go, either to the police station and rescue the rebel leader, or go to the post office and rescue your brother, as well as also take out a sniper tower. Okay. Well, okay, so I'm gonna go rescue my brother. So okay, you go to the post office level, and you can't quite, and then you first come across the sniper tower. You can't destroy it because you don't have any C4. C4 is actually located on the other map. It's actually located at the police station. Okay, so I'm going to ignore the sniper tower. All right, so you keep going. Oh, this other rebel won't let you through until you rescue the rebel leader. Okay, so it's not quite a choice. So you go to the police station. But by the way, to go to the police station, you then have to load the police station level. So it's not open world. You go into the sewers and pop out the sewers at the police station. You walk a little bit into the police station level. No, you can't go any farther because you're being pinned down by snipers that are at the post office. But luckily, there's a bag of C4. So you take the C4, go back to the post office level, destroy the sniper tower, then go back to the police station, and then rescue the rebel leader. Then go back to the post office and rescue your brother. But just it seems annoying, and it is just because you have to go through all these loading screens. But in order to take out this one thing that's going to bother you on other levels, you have to do this other thing on this other level. So the levels it makes the world feel bigger than what you play in. So I mean, it's really good. Plus, it's got one of my favorite cheats of all time, which is nail gun.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Because hey, this is back when the time when cheats were button presses.
Yeah, go to
and it's got
central.com. That's where I always went.
Where did I go? I forget where I went. Might have been Chico Central, or it could have been GameFAQs.
CCC.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But nail gun. When you kill a dude, it's not actually a gun. It's a mode of death, really. So like when you kill a guy, like a nail looks like it gets shot through his hand, and he goes flying to the nearest wall or ceiling, and just kind of hangs there by one hand. So you kill a room full of guys, all of a sudden they go flying back, arm first, and just hang ragdoll, because the ragdoll in this game was great. So, or in this one, you go down in a tunnel, kill a bunch of guys, and they go up to the ceiling. So you see just a bunch of guys just hanging from the ceiling by their hand. It's like, well, that's kind of gruesome if you really think about it. If they weren't so like 5 polys, because this is back then. Cutscenes, the characters don't even move their mouths. It's that far back. So, or the movie mouth is just another texture of the face, just switching between textures. So, but Freedom Fighters, great game. And I've been playing a lot more of Final Fantasy 14.
I've been seeing you on that, yeah.
I finally hit level 35, which is the max for the free trial. Well, I hit level 35 with my monk. Now, I had the option, like, I could have, like, okay, I'll just switch classes and just level up all my other classes, all of them to 35. But, no. I'm already really liking this game, so... Alright. So I bought the Final Fantasy 14 Completed Edition, which is the base game and the last 3 expansions. It was about $60. That's an okay price, considering everything was probably about 40 at the time, like 40 each. So it's not a bad deal, and it comes with a month of subscription. So,
oh, that's good.
And that also allowed me to actually join a guild, which I already have a guild, and so I just said, "Hey, I'm off the free trial, and invite me." And I did this on my stream on Tuesday, so yeah, was it Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. Joined the guild, and I also got with another member that I used to raid and WoW with, and did a recruit a friend thing. So now, like, both of us get stuff. The more than I like, it's like 60 days of subscription. We both get get this fist bump emote, or
I
get
love
this.
when games do that.
Yeah, it's or get this crown. I think that that doubles XP. So
Yeah, it always sucks, like when it's when games release that and you're like, but all my friends are already have this game. I can't do, like, with Destiny. It's like all the people I know who have Destiny, who I could get to do this, already have it.
From the way that this does it, I don't think you needed to be new to do a recruit a friend. Like, it just seemed like, because like I bought the game, and then I went and registered it on its other web, on its it's called the MOG station. I registered it there, which is and then the other dude gave me his code, and then on somewhere else I went and So I'm not sure you needed to be new to this game to.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I could be wrong. It could
Destiny,
be
it's not like you don't
sometime
have to
within the
be
first
new,
30 days.
but it's new content. Like if you like pick up the like newest content or whatever, like
Mm,
you're like if you had Destiny 2 but you didn't pick up the last like back in last September Forsaken, you didn't pick
mm.
that up, but you decided, oh, I'm gonna pick this up, and then you could do the refer a friend thing with someone who's already has it. Be able to do it that way. So yeah, but yeah, it's cool that they do stuff like that though.
Oh yeah, and Final Fantasy 14 is definitely ripe with like here's this here's this emote that you can either buy with money, or it's through an event they had one time, or here's an emote as a quest reward. Like it's there's a lot of emotes in this game, and some of them are even Power Ranger based.
Oh,
Like they don't quite say Ranger, like they don't say Power Ranger or Super Sentai, but it's like, okay, yeah, it's like Hero Red pose 1, Hero Red pose 2, Hero Yellow pose 1, Hero Yellow pose 2. I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing. I get you.
didn't they have something Power Rangers related though?
What it like
I'm
Final Fantasy
thinking of something
14?
else. Yeah.
Like
I want to say the
I'm sure you can, like, there are costumes that you can get, like okay, yeah, it's close enough. Like, yeah, sure. You can
I don't know.
make a glamour to look like a Power Ranger.
Final Fantasy 14 and Power Ranger mashup, February 12th, 2016. So I don't know. I just remember a long time ago. I want to say I heard something about that and thought it was weird.
Okay, no, they do say like it's Red Ranger pose A, uh, Black Ranger, Yellow Ranger. So they do just say Rangers.
Uh, yeah. This is saying. Yeah, this is saying there was stuff that was obviously inspired by and
Yeah, that's yeah.
that. Yeah. I remember hearing stuff about this like, like a couple years ago. So yeah.
Yeah, no,
And I
of
was like,
course you
really?
can
Final
dye
Fantasy?
your gear and stuff. So yeah, like you
Have
can.
been around the time of that movie, maybe. I don't know. No, the movie was 2017. I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting though. You're like deep into Final Fantasy 14 now though, right, I guess.
Yeah, I'm still level 35 because I decided, hey, I'm gonna try out the rogue, which later becomes a ninja, to see if whether I like that class better. So now I'm leveling up a rogue, which I'm now level 19, and that is literally as of yesterday. I leveled 219 yesterday and today, which is a lot harder to do because like you don't like when you change classes, you don't change characters. It's still the same character. So like I've already done all of the quests that I did to get to level 35. But luckily, in each area, like they have here's like 5 repeatable quests. that you can do. Um, and if you already have a higher level character, you do get a bit of an XP boost. And add that to a resting XP boost, you can have up to like 200% XP. So like just doing those 5 repeatable quests 2 times, you can get a whole lot level out of those.
Okay.
So it's a lot quicker to level up. But yeah, I plan to keep playing Final Fantasy XIV. And that's it for me. What about you? What have you been doing?
I've been doing the same old, same old. Like, I been sprinkling in like very, very just peppering in my scheduled Apex. Just like I'm so close to the completing the battle pass. I need to just get on, do a couple daily challenges, maybe. And I've been
Yeah.
getting on, and it's like I've been getting on, and I'll be like, these daily challenges are not gonna be easy. Damn it. And I play a couple matches, and I'm like, well, I'm done. And then a couple days later, I'm like, I guess I should, and look, and I'm like, these daily challenges suck. What the
Nobody's
hell?
forcing you. Nobody's forcing you to play.
Well, I still like the game. It's fun. The actual playing the game is good, but it's like nobody else plays it yet now. Solos aren't there, which solos was so great. I was able to hop in and do challenges and stuff like that easily. I got so many challenges done during solo.
Yeah. And there's a new mode going on right now, which I did play like a little bit, like really early this morning. I could play like two matches.
I don't know if I like it or not. It's kind of weird.
Uh, my experience was definitely with the teammates that I had.
It's shotgun
Like,
and snipers.
yeah, this is all based around um, Wraith. Which did you ever watch that thing that the video, the Wraith
I
video?
totally forgot. Yeah, I need to though.
It's really
Dang
good.
it.
It's really good. Like this is
Yeah, I'm
what
sure it is.
we wanted ever since we saw the Watson one. Like it's good. Um,
Yeah. Their store though, they they've kinda done what people wanted,
they
but
have
kinda
$5 skins.
not.
They have $5 skins, but they're not the good looking skins. They're okay. They're
They're
okay skins.
blue level.
They're not terrible. They're not terrible skins.
Yeah.
But
Which also I saw on Reddit, someone was like comparing one of the blue ones, like that they're selling for $5, to like a purple one that that's been in the game since the beginning, and they're like, this doesn't make any sense. This skin is better than this purple one.
well, yeah.
Like, what? And it's not like
Well,
that much better, but there's like more color. Like the was it the Lifeline one is like she's like red themed and she has like red
mm-hmm.
hair, right?
I think so. Yeah.
It's like red or reddish orange hair. Like it's not like jet red, like goth chick red hair. That's the best I can describe what I'm trying to say, but like
Yeah.
it's. And then who's the other one? Is it
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar? Yeah, and it's pretty much the same skin, but for Gibraltar, more or less. And it's like it's all right, but like it's still not like it's $5, but it's not good enough. Like I don't want it bad enough to spend money. That's the point.
Yeah.
Like
Like
it needs to be
it's not a bad skin if you like Gibraltar, but we don't play Gibraltar.
in the lifeline. It's like it's all right, but it's not like it's not good enough to make me want to spend money. That RE45 skin is kind of cool looking, but it's
Yeah,
on such a small gun. Like I like the you can't really see it in the image Stuart has, but like if you look at it in store and examine, okay, there we
I
go.
zoomed
Yeah,
in.
there's like a face. You can there's like eyes and then like
There's
a
an
mouth.
eye there, and a mouth right there.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool, but it's on a RE45. If that was on like a larger gun where you could see it better, you
Like a
know,
longbow.
yeah, and if you look at like the end of it, like towards towards the barrel, like the end of the barrel, there's like a little like uh a dinosaur
Is that what
as
that
well,
is?
like right. Yeah, it's the dinosaur. Like I was looking at this in the store, just like there's such cool detail on this, but it's just lost. Like unless you're looking at it like zoomed in and moving it around and stuff like that in the store or the skin selection menu or whatever, like you're not seeing any of this detail since it's on such a small weapon.
Unless you in game in inspect the skin. That's the only way you'll probably see it.
Yeah, which it's just like it it's a good skin, but it's like I said, it's just not. But was it the Wraith skin is cool, but it's like
Yeah,
uh, not for $20. Which I know
no,
it's 18, but like you still have to spend $20 to get it.
yeah.
Um, I won the first it was the only game I played today. I won that and I got the loading screen, the Wraith loading screen, whatever, for the
Uh huh.
event. That's pretty cool looking. I really like that loading screen. But Bangalore one looks all right.
Yeah, that Bangalore one actually looks pretty cool. Like
I don't really.
it's like pink punk, and
Yeah,
I'm totally on board with that.
yeah, it's good. I haven't looked at the Prowler one to see if like it's one of those where it gives it kind of the sights change, the iron sights change, because I hate that. I really do. There's a
Um,
lot of these weapons where the
doesn't look.
iron.
You can't really tell from this picture, but it doesn't really look like it would. I mean, the one that changed the sights, it was Egyptian themed, and those were the ears of Anubis.
Yeah, and there was a couple weapons in the last event they did. Like wasn't the R99 one? I think the one for the R99 changed the iron sights, kind of like that.
Maybe. Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Now
that's
I think about
kind.
it.
I mean, it's such a small thing, but kind of not. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of nitpicky, but in a way, it is changing the game. Like I hate the fact like when I used to play with like Panther Steve and I have or I'd see a prowler, I'd be like, hey Steve, pick this up so I can get the skin that you have because it changes the iron sights like that. I don't know. It sucks, but yeah, they're not making the skins like they need to they need to have skins that people are gonna want to buy and have
Like
them at
these,
reasonable prices.
like these.
Are those real skins or are those like
They're supposedly leak skins. Like they look real. Like they totally look real. I would totally get that bloodhound. That is a cool
they
looking
look
bloodhound.
pretty crazy? Yeah. Mhm. That Lifeline skin reminds me of the Overwatch character, right?
Which one?
The healer. What's her name?
Mercy?
Mercy, I think. Yeah, is it Mercy?
The only thing about this
Yeah, yeah, Mercy. Yeah,
that makes me think this is not real actually is this hair. This hair looks totally Photoshop. Like right here, right at this crown.
it does
It
look a
look
little
it
off-putting.
looks
Yeah,
photoshopped.
but who knows? It could be early designs or concept.
And
I don't know.
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea where this came from. I have no idea.
Yeah. But was it they came out? They come out and they said they're gonna be doing events more frequently.
Yes.
Yeah, which is good. It's
Sure.
good, but like I said, I want you. I think as a community, like we want skins at a reasonable price, but we want them to also be something worth getting. Like, 'cause like I said, that's my biggest thing. Is like, yeah, those $5 skins are cool, or they're $5 and they're better than like a lot of previous skins at those tier at the rarity tiers. I think it's rare. The blue is rare, and then it's epic and legendary. But it's still like mm, it's nothing to get me to spend money yet.
Yeah. I just sent you another one. I'm not putting this one up, but this is another leaked for Watson.
It
Like
looks like
this one.
it just looks like a variant of the other one Watson has. Because
Yeah.
there's one where Watson has that like mask or her
Yeah.
face
Well, it
looks like that.
has a jacket. Well, a lot of Apex skins
That razor looking.
are re colors. So
Yeah. So that's very likely that could be one. I don't know. And also let us spend like the legend tokens on stuff without having to spend real money in order to spend the legend tokens. Because that's the craziest thing is I have to pay $20 to buy a skin that I'm not going to use because I'm buying the variant of it. Is
yeah,
there any other game like that where you have to buy one skin and with real money in order to buy the variant with in-game currency? Like
I don't think so.
I don't think I can't think of anything like that. It's just so dumb. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I played a game today and it was interesting. It was just a game where I'm like, okay, I'll be Pathfinder because I got some challenges with Pathfinder, and there's a daily challenge to play 2 games.
Mm,
So I'll do that and just play at least play 2 games to get that done. And I ended up winning, and we were at the Skull. No, we were at the that city right out or that town right outside of Skull Town, like
okay.
towards it's the one with the big giant like roof, the two buildings with the big roofs.
Towards the Octane arena.
Towards the water treatment area,
Okay.
like in between there and
Oh,
the Thunderdome.
Array.
Is it Array? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We were there, and like it was me, a Lifeline, who was my partner, and then another team. That's where it ended up, and we were like, I was on top of a one of the little buildings, not any of the big ones, but one of the little ones. And my teammate was on another one, and I was like, oh, it's the last circle. It's, okay, weird. And trying to find out where this other guy is. And I'm like, I'm gonna do the Pathfinder thing, and I'm gonna make a zip line from this building to that building. And I did that for a couple tries, and I'm like, this is dumb. It's got to be just one person. There's no need to do the zip line trick, where you're riding the zip line, jumping off, riding, catching it, going. There's no need to do this. And I'm just like, okay, not in that building, because that building, the door is, in or outside of the zone. Could be that building or that building, and I'm just like, I have a digi thread. Let me look. And I look at the door, and I'm like, oh, I see the guy through the cracks of the door in a corner, and I'm pinging the crap out of the building. And the lifeline goes on the other side of the building with because it's one of those like small buildings where it's just like one small room, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's on the other end, and I'm on one end, and we just go in and just destroy this guy. And I'm just like, I feel kind of bad. Like, this guy had no chance. Like, to be able to see with the digi threat through the crack of a door, like,
Mm-hmm.
that just seems broken. It really does. But it's I guess it's in the game. It's a not cheating, but yeah. So did that and was like, wow, okay. And I didn't even play a second game. So I guess you know, but I got enough XP to finish my battle pass, so that's
So you're
I'm
done.
done.
Is it
I'm done with the
one
battle
ten?
pass. 110.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
think I'm
that's
still like in like 35. So
like I said, the solo stuff I knocked out a lot of challenges.
I did too. I did too.
And the challenges are the way to go. Like that's how you level up.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ways to do challenge. Like, you could there it's so much better this season than last season.
I agree. Yeah, but but at the same time, I'm like I don't feel like playing. I mean,
Yeah, that's
like I
like I
said,
said, that's how I feel.
I played like 2 games this morning, and this was like the first time I've played in like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And like one of the matches, I was with a Wraith TTV player who was like, okay,
Uh
I it was definitely I pick up a weapon, they just shooting me. I'm like, you know what? We're playing snipers and shotguns. There's gonna be another peacekeeper somewhere close by. And then uh and then another time, like I was like half health, they were full health. I picked up the meds that were on the floor. They started shooting me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm half health. You're full health. You don't fucking need these. What the? And then of course they were the first one to go down on our team too. And then they just sat there, wide open. I'm behind cover, like pointing at them. So I started pinging the ground next to me. No, they just sat. They just sat there, wide open. And our other teammate went over, revived them. Nah, didn't get him. It's like, this dude's a freaking idiot.
yeah. I I'm surprised I won that match because yeah, it was it went to water treatment. Like I wasn't even we landed there. I wasn't a jump master and and there was I think it was an Octane. He decided, "Oh, I'm going to go somewhere else." Died. I think he died. I don't know. I just all of a sudden I see like, "Oh, you disconnected." Okay. I'm not sure if he just I don't even know if he died or not. Sometimes sometimes that happens. Like you'll see the disconnect, and you're like, I didn't notice any notifications that he went down at all. Did he just disconnect, or
That's
you
possible.
don't you never know with randoms, but like that happens. So I'm like, oh, okay, great. That's not gonna end up being good. And then ended up going to Skull Town, and I had like well, the ship came to that little small town right outside of what's it called, water treatment. Ended up going looting there,
Hmm.
and then ended up going to the like little area right next to market, you know, like there's that
Okay.
one um like the one little couple buildings with the little bridge, whatever, on top, and then you
Uh huh.
go down, and
Yep.
there's those. Yeah, I don't think that has a name, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we ended up going there. The circle was about to come in. I used my zip line to like go to one of the like bones, or the cliffs, or whatever you want to call them, like in Skulltown. Big fight happens right underneath me. I'm just like, oh wow, okay, this is interesting. And then I'm like, oh crap, my teammate, the Lifeline, decided not to follow me, and she's down there fighting. Well, crap, and I just start throwing grenades and arc stars down there, and I
That's usually me, and we're on voice chat. That'd be something I'd do.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay. I throw arc stars, and I see, I hit people, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna drop down, shoot them, and start to get shot at, and I'm like, oh crap, and I'm almost dead. And then the one dude who's shooting at me gets killed, and I'm like, I'm gonna go hide. I go hide like right around this little rock, and I heal up, and then I pop out and I kill the one dude, the last dude in the big fight, and I'm like, oh, there's all kinds of goodies here, you know. New purple armor, here's a gold backpack, here's more ammo for my weapons, here's med kits. I think I ended up having like 8 med kits. There's a whole bunch of like
Well, I
um
found I found in this new
batteries.
mode though, like health and like I know it says that that body armor is going to be scarce in this
It
new
is.
mode.
It's
It
very
and
scarce.
I in the two matches I play, I never saw any. Um, but like health and even shield cells were non-existent either. Like I barely even
Yeah.
ever saw any.
I guess shield cells, if the armor's scarce, I guess that
Yeah,
makes sense. But
that one make sense, but health was definitely scarce.
yeah, but yeah, like, and I'm surprised the Lifeline didn't leave, because it seemed like one of those opportunities where it's like, oh, she died, and oh, it in game, and our other person quit. But no, she didn't, and I picked her thing up, and I'm like, oh crap, the the it's outside of the zone. The respawn in Skulltown,
Mm-hmm.
just enough to where it's like, oh, I don't know if oh, I'm gonna make a zip line, go there, uh, revive, you know, heal. I had just enough time to use a med kit, take the zip line out. My teammate popped popped in, took the zip line, got her stuff, got other stuff, whatever, and it's like, oh, there's only one other team left. Shit. And what's weird is like I um I we were in that array, and I was on like the the far back side of it, like towards the edge of the map.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, is the other team, where's the other team? Oh, let's look. Are they maybe at Thunderdome? And I jump over the wall, and like right over the wall, was a wraith portal, and it hit me right to the edge of the map, like which was barely outside of the zone, and I'm like, "Oh crap! Please don't fall off the map," because as I'm doing the warp portal animation thing, I'm like, "Oh, I
Uh-huh.
know this. This is no, please don't let me die." But yeah, so that was an interesting match. And it was one of those matches where, like I've said before, I'm just playing and I don't even have the headphones on or whatever, and then I notice, oh
Right.
crap, I'm scrambling to put my headphones on because I'm like, I can actually win this match. Like it happens so many times in these battle royale games. Like I'll
I
just be
don't I
playing
don't
and
understand how you play with no volume. I don't get it.
well, it's just like I'm just playing just to play. I'm not really like real serious about it. I'm having something else on, or I'm watching a video, or something else is going on while it's just something to do. Like I said, in this case, I was just trying to play two matches just for that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, so that's I was just like, oh crap, I gotta, I'm scrambling to put on my headphones and all that, and we ended up winning that, and I didn't even play a second match because I was like, oh, I got all the XP I needed. Nice. But besides that, more Slay the Spire. I'm
Yeah,
that game is
I
so
saw you
good.
playing that right before the show.
It's so good. Oh, I don't know
I will
why.
play
I
it
I
this weekend. I will play it this weekend.
okay, good. I like the first character. The first character is good. I really like the second character. The second character has a lot of poison and interesting abilities. Like or I don't know if it's a she or not, but the second character has like cards and stuff that give you that like you can upgrade to where it's like you use this one card and it gives you three shivs, which shivs are like they cost zero energy, but they do like 5 damage each. So it's not quite as much as but you're getting like if you have the card upgraded, you can get up to three of those for just one energy,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And you can use combos. Like I use those cards with another card where it's like this card does this card does so much damage for so many times, and this does this amount of damage for X, and X is how many times you've attacked this turn already. So
Mm-hmm.
you use all those shivs, you know, that cost zero. You only use one energy to use like two or three shivs, and then by the time you get to your last one, your last energy, you're like, okay, I'm using this card, and now I have, you know, 8 damage times 6. Okay, I've white, and if you get lucky, I'm able to like kill like enemies first turn. It's ridiculous. Like some of the combos and stuff. It's pretty fun. And there's like daily challenge. There's like the regular mode, and then there's like a daily mode where it's like three different modifiers. It's like a certain character, and then you have three different modifiers. That's like that. Then they can be like create your own custom deck, where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
here's three cards, choose one. Okay, here's three cards, choose one. Okay, here until you have like a starting deck, or it could be like you have a deck you have a deck of 50, the size of 50 cards. So it's like, you could get anything, or instead of getting cards for after defeating enemies, you can get relics, which the relics are like, they range from they're like buffs that range from you start you s- or you s- when you start, you can have extra energy when you start the combat, or draw 2 more cards at the start of the combat, or what is it? Start with uh one strength, or enemies start with one vulnerability, or just a variety of different things.
Hmm.
So it's kind of cool that like regular enemies, weak enemies give you those. And by the time I'm done with like, you know, by the time I'm at the last final boss, it's like I have so many of these. Like because they're on the top of your screen. You can see the little icons on the top of your like on the top bar. There's like your potions and your
Right.
your health and stuff like that, and then right below that are like all of your relics. And there's a point where it's like, you there's a little arrow that you have to click on it so that you can view all the relics. Like it's like next page type thing on the actual
Right.
UI. So it's a fun game. And then there's like a custom mode where you can like set your own like challenges and stuff like that. Like there's like 20 different like they're called ascension levels or whatever. And it'll be like, you know, number 20 is like the final boss is a double boss where there's like two bosses at the final end. And then, the different different stuff, to choose from for the variants. And then you're able to select like, okay, I want the custom deck, create your own deck. And then I want the um relics instead of cards at the end of or for rewards for regular enemies. And I want, whenever you pick up a card, you get two additionals of that card. And then let's do this and let's do that. And like it has all the different what's it called, variants, or what's what they called, I'm drawing blank on the word I'm trying to come up with, trying to think of, modifiers. There we go. All it has all the different modifiers, and you can just select as
Okay.
many as you want. And there's even like an endless mode, which I was like, I'm gonna try this. And the endless mode is like, once you beat the third boss, you start back, you know, at the beginning on floor one, and you can keep going. But each time you go, you get like more curses and stuff like that. Which curses are like cards that have like that you can't really do anything with. Some of them are just like there to take up space. And then there are others that are like, at the end of your turn, take 1 damage or take 3 damage for every card left in your hand. Or at the end of your turn, you get applied 1 weak or 1 frail. And the weak is
Okay.
like you do less damage, and frail is you take more damage. So there, it's it's an addicting game. It really is.
Like I said,
And
I will
it's
play
free
it
on Game
this weekend.
Pass. So
You
if
keep
anyone's
saying that, and
interested,
I have yet to play it, so I will play it this weekend.
yeah. God, I don't even know how much time I have in this game. Let's see. How do you check?
It's a lot harder to check on Xbox now than it used to be.
I guess.
It's usually
What would
like
it?
when you compare to other friends, it's usually there.
No. Yeah, there was a way. There was an easy way. They had an easy way to do that, right?
That you used to, yeah.
So let's go to. No, not manage games and add-ons. Not. Okay, go to official club, and then you can go to progress and stats. Oh, that's a lot of time. 2 days, 16 hours. Wow. And also, this is a game I play like when I'm watching
And
something
you've only
or
won 10 times.
yeah, I didn't realize like for the first like week or so of playing, I didn't realize they were different characters. I thought it was just difficulty because I just glanced at them and I'm
Mm.
like, okay, the like the first character has so much health and the second character has less health and then the third character has less. So I thought they were just different difficulties, you know, because
Have
when
you
I was
have you
looking
have
at
you
them, the
seen
health was going down.
your percentage of cards discovered?
Was it 99? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
I
"Oh,
don't
you're
like
so close. You're so close."
I need to. Yeah, I don't like the third character. He deals with these like orbs or whatever that like are like they're orbs that are like around your actual character, and they'll be like electricity or shield or stuff like that, and it's it's like at the end of your turn at the end of your turn those orbs activate, so they'll like the electricity one will do damage, or the frost one will give you certain amount of shield or block. That's what they call them, block and stuff like that. And it's like, I just don't like the way that character plays. But anyways, yeah, this game has been very addictive, and like I said, it's a great game like when you're watching like something,
Hmm.
like when I'm watching, YouTube or stuff like that. I have this game, I'm playing this game and stuff like that. But I just earlier today I beat level 20 for complete ascension level 20. That's an achievement. It didn't pop up. I'm kind of mad. Like I
That would be, yeah. That sounds like it sucks.
0.01% of gamers have unlocked that achievement. So I don't know. And it's getting to the point where I'm seeing on my Google feed or whatever, like
Uh-huh.
here's a Reddit for Slay the Spire. Here's a post in the Slay the Spire Reddit, and I'm like, how does Google know? Like
Well, you've probably looked stuff up.
that's the thing. Like I really haven't. I don't think I've looked anything up. Oh no, it's weird.
It's
But
heard you.
anyways,
It heard you. That's what it was.
yeah, yeah, that, and then did a couple Destiny raids and got a lot of stuff accomplished. I got one of the exotics that I haven't gotten that I've been wanting to get for so long. I'm so happy I got that. It's out of the way. And it's a really good gun too. That's the thing that sucks. Is like it's like I think it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty good. But like yeah, it's one of those things where it's like just luck of the draw. Like RNG focused, which I don't like that. I like the way I I've liked how they're doing exotics lately, where they give you a quest line, you know,
Okay.
a quest line to do, and maybe like, it's really tough. Not, it like, which some people don't like, but I'm like, this is in-game content. It should be tough. In-game content is not for everybody.
Sure.
You don't have to cater to everybody.
Hmm.
So there's some of the quests they've done for certain exotics have been really in depth and really cool, and they've come out and said like because Luke Smith, the like director or whatever, he had oh my god, he had like he came out and said before he made a post that he was like I've got what I'm calling the director's cut or whatever, where I'm gonna my state of the game,
Tell
whatever.
like it.
And
Tell like it is.
he was like, I have 20 pages written up, and he posted it in like 3 parts, and boy, there's a lot. And he talks about like struggles with this or that, like just, and then he's had other stuff like since then, and it's like, wow, they're being very transparent, which
Good.
is something you want from a game dev, to be transparent.
Yes. Yes.
And it's funny because a lot of times they've been like, oh, we couldn't do this before because of you know reasons or stuff like that, and pretty much like Activision said they couldn't, or they had that Activision Sony deal in place and whatever.
Right.
And recently they've been, and someone came out and said, oh no, Activision wasn't an overlord, that blah blah. And it's like, well, you kind of have been saying the opposite. Like, I don't get it, but they've come out and said, like, or Luke Smith, one of the things he said was like, yeah, these the Eververse store, which is like the cosmetic store, where you can buy
Mm-hmm.
emotes or other stuff. You could also get that with in game, but it's a lot easier to pay money, of course.
And that's kind of how that should go.
He's like, oh, the money we made from that paid for the development of this quest line for this exotic, and it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. I like
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Seeing like where some of the money has gone is interesting, but not necessarily needed. At for it's not necessarily needed.
yeah, but it's like, okay, that's cool. I like the fact that, we're finding out that it's not just they're trying to make as much money as they can. They're doing that, but they're using it to extend the life of the game and keep the game relevant by, using some of that funds to produce content in between big content drops,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So, but got that done, got the last uh did the latest raid, finally beat that. So got the seal, which is they have seals where they give you titles that you can equip on your character, and it's like, like the Gambit one is the title is Dredgen, which that's has to do with the lore of Destiny 2 and all this and that,
Okay.
but it's like but it's like all Gambit related stuff for the most part. You have to do like their triumphs, or there's one like Dreaming City where it's like you got to do stuff in the Dreaming City where you have to like do this, do that, collect this, collect that, all, stuff like that. Like, it's cool stuff. Like if you like certain content, you're like, okay, I want to go after this title because I like Gambit. I like Gambit related stuff, or I like, you know, Crucible. I'm gonna go after the Crucible seal and title, or I'm gonna go after this, or I'm gonna go. So, they had one that was for the Moments of Triumph or whatever, which was like kind of the original Moments of Triumph was the first like form of this stuff. It was
Mm-hmm.
like at the end of year one Destiny one, where it was like, oh, here you get you that we it's you've unlocked all these triumphs because you've done this raid or that raid, or you've done this strike or this nightfall, or you've obtained these weapons and stuff like that. Um, they're basically just like challenges and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like I said, and they're tied to like when you get a seal and title, you get a code, so you can buy like a pin that has the seal like icon
Okay.
from the Bungie store, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with like when you get like certain exotics from quests and stuff like that, you can like you get a code and you can get like where you get a code where you can buy like a t-shirt or like a mini replica of the actual weapon.
Sure. Yeah. We've made fun of the, oh, you now have the opportunity to buy something. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I mean, some of that stuff is kind of cool if you're really into Destiny. Like like I think the pins are kind of cool. Like
Yeah, like as long as they're not, like, hey, it's a $20 pen. Nope, thanks. Like five bucks.
they are they're like 20 bucks.
No thanks. No. Like five, then there you go.
Hey, but if you don't if you haven't unlocked the Triumph, they're 9,909 or something like that.
Okay. It's one hell of a discount code.
It's a pretty big discount code. It's like a 99% like no. But yeah, that's how they are. Or like that you can get a replica of this weapon. It's like a mini replica or something like that. I don't know how, but it's not like full size. It's like to scale. It's a scaled replica. But there's some stuff, yeah, but that are interesting for that. But I've unlocked a few different. I've unlocked a lot, almost all the exotics of them, and then I've unlocked like 3 or 4 titles and seals, and it's just like, I just don't really care enough to, I don't want to, I don't need a pin for that, or I don't want to buy a T-shirt or of that or anything like that. So, but some people like that stuff, so
Yeah.
that's cool. I think their Bungie store too. They like donate so much to charity
I
that
kind of
it's a
remember
big
them.
percentage.
I remember a lot of, like, they definitely had a charity push back in the Halo days. I remember that.
Yeah, I think like most of what they sell on the at the Bungie store goes to charity,
Cool.
and like they have a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, you buy something during this period of time, and you get an exclusive emblem for the game. Let me tell you, Pantsa Steve has bought in all the soundtracks.
That doesn't
Those are
surprise
the
me.
cheapest. Those are the cheapest things to buy in the game. Because he's wanted this emblem or that emblem.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's like, I own all the soundtracks, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
And how often do you listen to them?
I mean, some of the music's good, but like, I don't know. I, there's only one thing. There's only one song from Destiny that I can actually think of how it goes, and that's the Cabal theme.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It goes dun 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 dun. Like it's pretty good. Like whenever you hear like it's all the way from Destiny 1 too. Like very first Destiny. Pretty good. But yeah, just those 3 games though I've been going back to. I've stopped Control because I was playing some of it and was having issues, frame rate issues.
I was gonna ask. I know you're probably playing this on a console. I was wondering how the performance is because I've heard it's doggy doo doo.
It was fine until things started to get more crazy in the game.
Yeah, from what I've heard, unless you have a high end PC, you're going to have issues.
Or a 1X. I hear the 1X is
One X,
really good
yes, is better.
because they did do Quantum Break, so
Yeah,
are used to the way that one
but I
and
mean,
all. But yeah,
if you don't if you're on an just a regular one or an S, it's still bad though. So,
yeah.
and I've heard,
The
like, frame rates are going down to single digits. Like, I saw somebody, it was on r/gaming. They just said, yeah, frame rate single digits. It's unplayable.
like a flip book.
Yeah,
But and I saw like was it I saw last weekend they were like, you know, like reports of, oh, they're working to fix the frame rate for the and I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm starting to it's from what I've heard, the game just gets crazier and more stuff happens, and so
yeah,
maybe, with more powers and more enemies and just stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot going on in the game too, because you're able to. There's so many things you can destroy in the game with your abilities and stuff like that.
yeah. And I can imagine it's pretty in uh hardware and intensive. So yeah,
Like you use your like force throw powers or whatever to like destroy like a trash can or something like that, and like papers fly up in the individual papers and stuff fly. Like there's a lot of like they disappear as soon as they hit the ground, of course, but
sure.
there's still a lot of detail and a lot of things going on in the game. And I'm like, I like this game so much that I'm just gonna wait until maybe, hopefully, it won't take them too long to have a patch fixed.
Hmm.
Like, I don't expect like 60 at all ever, but 30. Could you give me 30, please? I'll be fine with 30 for console. Just
Yeah.
just have something steady and stable.
I
But
mean, I mean, 20 is still playable.
oh yeah, I would be fine with that too. Just something steady, you know.
Yeah.
But
So, but they said that we're working on it. So maybe I'll pick it up maybe sometime next year when it's fixed.
oh, it was so cheap on Amazon recently.
Oh, really?
I want to say it was at like less than $40. It was at like
Wow.
37 something. Like for the console versions, I don't know if there was a PC version. It was like the
Not
physical
on
versions though.
not on Amazon. Um, that's really weird. Their
Oh
Xbox
yeah,
One
Amazon. Here
is
we go. 49.94, and then you
for the
save
Xbox One.
12.45. Yeah, Xbox
Look at
One.
the PS4 price.
Oh, okay.
It's $1 more.
It's it's $1 more, but
Why is it $1 more?
you it's less than that because you save 12.45 at checkout on the Xbox One version. So that's like 37 something final total. And then you save like 30 cents more on the PS. So yeah, it's like 70 cents more. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's 17% off on the Xbox One, and it's 15% off on the PS4. That is so weird.
Yeah. And you like it's not only 17% off, but you also save 12 something at checkout. So it's 37 right now. So it's it's okay to what 32.50? No, 22.50 discount or savings. It says 10 11:05 and then 12:45. So usually ships within 1 to 4 weeks. So yeah, a lot of people have bought in this because it's like, yeah, a lot of people have taken advantage of this. I guess this deal. But I don't know. It's a fun game. I like it. It's really enjoyable. I like the story stuff. It seems like there's so much to it, and it just the only thing I hate is I don't want my experience to be tainted, so I'm having to
Right.
wait.
Yeah, I get that. I
Like
get that.
playing. I was planning on knocking this out last weekend, and then I came across this I came across a fight battle whatever, and it just frame rates were starting to go south, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to finish the probably 12 more hours of this game I have to play, because I went to like howlongtobeatit.com or whatever that site is,
Right.
and it was like I have about 12 more hours at least of this game to play, and I'm like, 12 hours of frame rate issues, that's going to sour my thoughts on this game for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting. Hopefully, I'm hoping next week there might be a patch.
Hopefully. Yeah. Maybe.
Hopefully before Borderlands.
When does Borderlands come out?
1 week,
A week. Okay.
the 13th.
Well, you know it comes out on the 10th.
What comes out on the 10th? The Monster Hunt? No, that already came out.
That already came out.
Code Vein?
Greedfall.
Greedfall. Oh yeah, Greedfall. I think does. No, that comes out later this month. Code Vein. That looks interesting.
The
There's so
demo
much.
is out there.
Is it out? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's what.
so
Yeah,
much coming out.
Ace and Blue are gushing over it.
And what is it? EA just snuck a Plants vs Zombies game out.
Yeah.
Surprise! Here's this game, paid early access, where it's $10 cheaper if you get this until I think the 30th of September, and then you'll have to get it's $10 more, I think, when it fully launches on October something. Kind of weird. I'm like, this came out at the absolute wrong time, because there's so much other things to play. One, two, the last PVZ, like the Garden Warfare 2, not that many people played, or they dropped off right away. I don't. I know one person who's picked this up, and they said they picked it up so they could play with their kids. I don't think I
Mm.
know anyone else who even plans on picking this up, which is a shame because I love PVZ. Like,
Yeah.
but anyways, news, Stuart.
News. We got some things. Let's see. A Nintendo Direct happened a couple days ago,
A
and
big one. Yeah.
it was a lengthy one. It wasn't like just about like one thing. It was about a lot of things.
Like on par with E3, I would say.
It was an E3 level of news.
It's definitely
Some
better news than some E3s in the past.
some of it were like we were hoping would happen, and it did. Like the SNES stuff is now coming to Switch. It is on Switch now. It's on Switch
There's some
now.
interesting titles.
I've played some. I've played a little bit of Super Mario World, and I played a little bit of Star Fox. So
Yeah, was it Puyo Puyo 2 is one of them? That was kind of I was kind of shocked to see that.
yeah, Super Puyo Puyo 2.
Yeah.
There's some of them I've never heard of, like Demon's Crest. Never heard of that one. Breath of Fire, never heard of. Brawl Brothers, never heard of.
There were so
Jo-
many games that came out for the Super Nintendo though.
yeah, like there's 20 games on this list, and it's a good number. Like a lot of them are the ones that you would want. Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Kart, Pilot Wings, Star Fox, Zelda Link to the Past, Kirby's Dream Course, F-Zero. A lot of Super Ghosts and Ghouls. A lot of the ones you would want, and they've also said that they're not going to release games as like they did before with the SNES. It was like there were new games almost every week.
I think it was
that's
monthly.
not gonna. They said every month, but you would get like, two or three a month. It wasn't just like one.
Which I've heard lately some people say they need to come out weekly instead of monthly like they have been. I don't know anything because I don't have the Switch, so I'm not. Really
there's not a great list. Like that the
Nintendo, yes.
The NES they doesn't have a great library, but the Super Nintendo, they've said they're not going to come out like that. It's going to come out when it comes out. It's not going to be a monthly thing.
So games for Super Nintendo that released in North America, 721.
What?
So there's a lot. Like there's probably a lot that it's like I haven't heard of this game.
Right.
But I did hear it's the same list as what Japan gets. So at least this initial release. So there isn't Japan got this one and North America didn't. Like
and there's
right now
some games like when I look back at the Super Nintendo, those games will not come out. Like Hook or The Mask.
Third party stuff.
Or Cool Spot. Like those games are not going to come out.
Oh, I played Cool Spot. Cool Spot was good. Man, that's so weird. Cool Spot.
It's really weird.
7-Up mascot.
Yeah, it was
And they made they made 2 games. No, they made at least 2. I think on Nintendo/Genesis. I want to say they maybe made a game on like one of the portable consoles. Whether it was like Game Gear or Game Boy or... Remember I looked it up not too long ago.
Both.
And I was kind of surprised.
Cool Spot was on Game Gear and Game Boy.
Yeah.
And the Amiga and MS-DOS.
Ah. The Game Gear was ahead of its time, I think.
It really was, and boy, did that eat up batteries. I had a cousin who had one. He's like, "Yeah, you pretty much just have to stay next to an outlet to play it. You just use an AC adapter and don't use batteries." So.
I had a Game Gear, and I mean, it had a color screen that looked really good.
Yeah.
Like
years ahead of Nintendo's color screen, and even Nintendo's color screen didn't look that good until the Advance.
Yeah, you were playing Genesis quality
and even
games,
then, it wasn't as good.
Sonic.
Yeah.
Like on par with the Genesis version, and stuff like that, and it was great. Like, and it also looked so much better, I think, because it was the smaller screen. You know,
Yeah.
less pixel density, right? That's the term.
Yeah.
Or more, yeah, yeah. Okay, but yeah, man, it was the Game Gear was great. I loved it. But yeah, so what else from?
The Nintendo Direct, there were some weird announcements. Like some odd things got announced that like nobody saw
Okay.
coming. Like Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. That's coming to Switch. Why? That's a weird game to put out there.
I've seen some stories that I'm not sure if they're Nintendo, if they were announced during this or if they were announced around this. Like the Doom 64
Doom 64, yeah.
was okay. That was one of
Yeah,
them.
and it was it was done in such a weird way. Like, oh yeah, everybody's favorite shooter on the N64, Doom 64. Hold up, that is not true. That is not true at all.
I can name two shooters that were probably more beloved than that.
Yeah,
GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, right?
yeah, yeah.
Never played Perfect Dark, but everyone
I
like
didn't either.
raves about the original Perfect Dark. I did play some GoldenEye though. Paintball
Oh
mode was
yeah,
my jam.
oh yeah. I recently, like like a couple weeks ago, I played. I got back into the GoldenEye Source mod,
Oh,
which is it's plain GoldenEye on mouse and keyboard with modern graphics,
interesting.
and it's free. Not legal, but free.
Yeah.
Um, but let's see what Overwatch was announced for the
Oh yeah.
Switch.
Which a
Um,
lot of people were like, because there's a leaked
that
Overwatch
was
Switch case.
that was almost that was short of being confirmed by the time this direct
But
hit.
some people that I was listening to on podcasts and stuff were like, no, they won't be announced. They'll wait till BlizzCon to announce Overwatch on Switch or whatever, whatever. They'll probably
Well,
announce because there was another rumor that
this
Tracer was going to be a Smash
that
character.
might still, yeah, I heard that too. That
It
might
might
still
still happen.
happen.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
yeah,
I could see Tracer
she
on
would.
Smash.
I can. Oh yeah, I could too.
Like, you know.
But this is coming out before BlizzCon because
Yeah,
BlizzCon's usually in November, and this is coming in. This is coming out next month.
October. Yeah.
Yeah. Another weird game was announced. Something that like it threw me. It's like what? Why? Why is this Deadly Premonition 2?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I heard about this.
Why? And the original is also it's out. The original is out on Switch. But
Deadly Premonition Origin, I think.
yeah, which it's the only game out there. There's only one Deadly Premonition, so why is there an
Yeah.
Origins? Okay, but Deadly Premonition
To make
2,
people think like it's not an older game, or I don't know, it's marketing.
and the new one, if what we saw was the new one, it doesn't look like they changed any graphics. Like it's
Really,
the same. It looks exactly the same, which is like, all right, it's Deadly Premonition, but Deadly Premonition 2, huh?
Hmm.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Was that a PS2 game?
I want to say it was PS2, GameCube, Xbox. I want to say it was. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection, which is Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue. So okay, that.
No, it was a 360
Oh, okay,
PlayStation 3 game.
okay.
2010 it came out.
So 10 years later, the sequel comes out because it doesn't come out until next year.
That's weird. It came out in North America 2010, but it came out in 2013 on PS3 in North America.
Okay.
Weird. Yeah. But yeah.
Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is coming out. It is now out on Switch, which is a great game.
Cross save
with cross save between Steam and Switch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's like what people would want. Like that is what people want. People want a Switch version of a game, but they want cross save so that they can play it on the go and then
especially if it's a 100-hour game. Like, oh, I'm right at the end, so like, oh, I'll just cross save it over to the Switch and play it on the plane. Like, yeah,
that's pretty cool. I'm hoping I'm really hoping cross save just like this is just the floodgates have opened, and we're gonna start seeing cross save more and more.
Yeah, which Divinity Original Sin 2 is a game you really need to play. You really do.
I know.
You even own it. I gave it to you. I gave it to you. Game Freak's game got its full title. It's now it was called Town, like that was kind of what everybody was calling it. Now it's called Little Town Hero, which
is the first game they've made besides Pokemon. And
no, they had another game.
I think that's right. I think they did have another game recently.
Yeah, I want to say it was not that long ago.
Not too long ago. I think that's when we were like, they're making a game that's not Pokemon.
Yeah, they have a couple games. That was Giga Wrecker. I have no idea, but yeah, that's them.
Giga Wrecker says, publisher. Never mind. Rising Star Games.
Pocket Card Jockey.
Right. Timbo the Badass Elephant. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was kind of big news. Pokemon people are making a game that's on Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
It turned out. I don't know. I don't really remember that. Like, what people thought of that. But yeah. So this Little Town Hero, what's kind of, it's a RPG?
It's an RPG. It's turn based, but not quite the same as Pokemon. Like, it is a little different. It's a little different. That's all I gotta say.
Huh?
I couldn't really tell much about it. From that trailer.
Kind of Dragon Quest-ish look.
It has a look to that. Yeah, that's a little closer to Dragon Quest than Pokemon.
Which I mean, I don't hate it. I've always thought the Dragon Quest the looks of those games suited, because the Dragon Quest has been primarily a mobile, or not a mobile, but a portable console, like handheld
Mm-hmm.
series. So that art style really suited the handheld. It doesn't look bad. Looking at screenshots now. Comes out October 16th, I think.
Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah, October 16th. $24.99. Oh, not bad. When does Pokemon come out though?
November 15th.
November. Oh, so you got about a month to play this before Pokemon. It's kind of weird. They'd come out with the game right before. I guess that maybe that's about enough time, but hmm.
Uh, um, Return of the Obra Dinn is coming to Switch, which it's doesn't. This is it's on PC and it's on Switch. It's nowhere else. Which I've that game sounds interesting. Like everything I've heard of Return of the Obra Dinn sounds interesting, and like I've only heard things about it but not seen anything, so I have trouble visualizing what the game looks like, other than like screenshots, which look strange.
Okay.
Hi-Rez is coming out with a team-based shooter next year called Rogue Company.
High res. That sounds familiar.
Smite, Realm
Smite. Yeah.
Royale, Paladins.
I okay, Smite. Yeah. I was thinking. At first I was like League of Legends. No, that's that other studio. But I knew I knew it was one of those type of games. Yeah.
Smite.
Smite. Oh, I love Smite. God, I would play more Smite if I had more people to play with. Smite is so fun. You're muted.
I am mute. How am I muted?
Oh no, you're not. I guess you were.
Oh, I wasn't talking loud enough. I did not enjoy it. Is what I was saying.
Oh really? Wow.
No, I did not like Smite.
Uh, it was so much fun. I played Smite a few different times with a couple different groups of people, and yeah, I had so much fun with it. One of those games where you have to play with other people, though.
Yeah, definitely. Um, there's some other things that were announced I'm not going to mention, but I am going to talk about a little bit of the Pokemon details that we got.
Okay.
Because one of them was like, what the fuck?
Oh. Is it the new
Yes.
Pokemon that we saw? Oh, okay, yeah.
No, it is not.
Oh, no?
But yes, that is
That
the
was a what the fuck moment for me.
Poltegeist. Yes, is definitely a what the fuck. The Pokemon.
Teapot?
No, it's a ghost that possesses the teapot, and it's a ghost tea because it's made out of tea. But if it likes you enough, it'll let you drink it.
How many Pokemon they have so many Pokemon now that are like possessed by ghosts or stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I actually watched a list video. It was just a bunch of just creepy Pokemon.
Like isn't the Chandelier one like possessed by a ghost or
probably. But like, it was the video that I saw was like Pokemon that started out fine, but then as the games came out, their Pokedex just got darker and darker. Like Cubone. Red and blue, it's just a shy Pokemon. Yellow comes out and, it's wearing the skull of its mother. Hold up. Back the truck up. That's just wrong.
Oh, Cubone's story is so sad.
It is.
Like in the game, like the original games, where its mother is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
dead.
It was yellow. That's when it came out. That's when that came out. Was yellow.
But blue and but there was still the haunted tower, right? Before in blue and red, where the Cubone
Well, it wasn't
crying for its
suspected that
mother,
was
or
Cubone.
you came across. That's where you came across Cubone, right? Was in that haunted tower, but I don't think like the mother thing was like.
No, it
Maybe skull,
wasn't
at least.
until yellow. Yellow is when it became his mother's skull.
Yeah, but I think it was haunted by the Cubone's mother or something like that.
Maybe,
Right?
maybe.
I'm
Anyway,
kind of thinking about going back and playing the classic Pokemon, like
I've also now that I have all of them up until Crystal downloaded, just playing one that I have never played before.
try like with the Nuzlocke. That's what they're called. Try one of
Oh
those
yeah,
challenges,
the
or
Nuzlocke challenge. Yeah, yeah.
try something like that. I don't know. Maybe stream it, but yeah, I'm kind of like I want to go back and play one of those older games, one of the older Pokemons. I don't have a
Yeah.
Switch, and I want to play Pokemon, so
Well,
damn it.
let's see. The character customization is a bit more robust than it has in the past, which is awesome. Always could use more character customization stuff.
Yep.
There's Pokemon Camp, where all of your Pokemon that you're carrying kind of run around in this little camp, and you play fetch with them or tickle them with a feather, odd, creepy stuff like that. And you can also visit other players' camps, so you can play with other people, like other players' Pokemon and stuff like that.
That's odd.
Well, it's online, so hey, so you gotta have some way to try to get the online fee out of people. And I bet you it'd be nigh impossible to visit your friends' Pokemon camps, because there won't be a way to know who you're visiting, or else you would need like an 80-digit code. Like, oh yeah, here's my code 798B912YXZ1214Q. Up arrow.
Each other's Pokemon camps while you chat on Nintendo, but wait, you need the mobile app to chat online. You can't chat on the actual console, and at that point, you might as well just use like something else.
It's Nintendo Online is just like, why even have it? Like, if you're gonna go through this, like, don't even have it.
Like, I don't know. What was it? I heard the whole SNES thing is like that's perfect because people who bought the year when it launched last year, their subscription's about to run out or is running out. So
the
SNES thing gets people to re-up for a whole another year.
Yep. I heard that too. It's good timing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
But one more thing about Pokemon. In the Pokemon camp, and this they try this as a kind of a big mode. You can make curry rice. And you can use all different types of ingredients and make some. There's over 100 different types of curry rice you can make, and you can save all the recipes in your curry decks. and they use the word Currydex. That's not an internet thing. They use the word Currydex.
I don't know. I've been watching. Was it um Rooster Teeth? They've been doing Let's Go or Let's Go streams. They
Mm-hmm.
have the VODs on their site. You know. Um, I've been watching some of those, and one, it's just some of the people on there are like not the people I like.
Okay.
Like, what is it? It's John, Blaine, and Chris.
I love all those guys.
They could be frustrating.
Yeah. At least it's not Brandon. Brandon, I usually just sorry, Brandon, but like I
It's
could never
hardly in
stand you
anything now.
because people didn't like him.
Yeah, but like they were doing Nuzlocke or whatever, but they're like changing the rules as they go and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Like
well,
that
you can't.
defeats the purpose.
That defeats the purpose. Like they came across a Diglett that had fission or whatever fissure,
Okay.
and it like one shotted two of his Pokemon, and they were like, we're gonna call that a mulligan, or we're gonna
No, no,
no,
no,
we're
no.
gonna
Then you let them go. That's Nuzlocke. You gotta let them go.
we're gonna
They're
sacrifice
dead.
two other Pokemon instead, or and I'm like,
Can't play favorites.
just what's the point in the challenge if you're gonna change it up?
Yeah.
Like, but like, was it? There's like different candies now for like
Think so.
for
Yeah,
like
yeah, because
other
Pokemon Go
bonuses and
has
stuff.
like a bunch of candies and stuff. Yeah,
And I'm like, but there's already like other stat boost items for like attack and defense and stuff like that.
this is for Pokemon Go people.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird. Like,
Which is why like I didn't pick up Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu because of the like I don't want any of that stuff. That you're adding like Pokemon Go stuff that I don't want in my regular Pokemon game. Like catching. Fuck catching. In Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Fuck catching. Hate it.
yeah, but it's like, how many more consumable like stat boosters like can they add? Because the original Pokemon's had a lot.
Well, the originals didn't have those came with later versions.
There was still a lot of like, I remember there was still a lot of those like did like attack like ones for attack or maybe not red and blue, maybe not, but like the second gen had a lot. I remember, but I don't know. It's kind of weird in this. So these curries are they like are they just another
It's curry and rice. It's
stat
food.
boost for Pokemon?
Probably
That's where I was
because
getting at. Like, are they
because one
making
of
more different stat boosts?
yeah well one of the ingredients is love. So
I still say, please bring, please bring like a HD version or I don't know of Pokemon Snap. Please, Pokemon Snap was so good.
wonderful.
I mean, it was so good. I keep hoping, because they're bringing back all these other N64 games, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we see Pokemon Snap come back? But
You got close with Pokemon Go. There was you could. take pictures of Pokemon in places. She didn't get any points or anything for them.
Like, I immediately turned the AR stuff off because that killed the battery. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
but like
Pokemon Go already drains your battery, but
yeah, but like I think about like a mobile version of Pokemon Snap. That's it. With AR, that's it right there. And you don't have to have it up all the time.
But
like you don't have to have it up all the time. It's just like it'd be like when you want to play, and like not
like
quite
original,
be like
on rails.
Like yeah.
It's like,
but
you know, you had to take it at the precise time, you know, to get that great shot, or you know, there's
you gotta throw this apple at this Magikarp and it knocks it into the water, and then it evolves into a Gyarados and takes a picture of the Gyarados right at the right moment.
There was some cool stuff with
as it's flinging Meowth across the screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed Snap a lot. It was fun. One of my favorite N64 games.
Oh, I played a lot. Never did the thing to like where you go and print out your pictures.
Yeah, my Blockbuster didn't have it. Yeah.
Well, we didn't get a Blockbuster till like well after the N64. So.
Yeah, we had a Blockbuster way before then, and a little after that. Yeah, but like never got. You know, it's just because what area I live in is like we don't get a lot of stuff. Yeah. Anyways.
More.
Else?
Yeah, one more thing. That I'm kind of looking forward to a bit, and I should have had a picture ready to go, but I don't. Steam is getting an update finally to its library. It's getting a different look. It's getting a new look now. So you can see here, like this is kind of the preview image that that our articles have been showing off of kind of what the new library is going to look like, and I kind of like the look of it. It's definitely got a much more modern look. Like up here, if like there's an event going on, you'll have like an event. Like up at the top, you'll have like an event banner. This is what I'm looking for. So, it's just easier to look at. I look so to like see like major updates or your achievements, your friends who are who are online or playing this game at the moment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A new look. It's going to go into public beta, I think, a week from Thursday, so on the 19th.
So, yeah, okay. Yes, I mean, we're having to see a lot of, you have to think Valve is trying to make Steam more relevant.
Yeah, this was definitely an answer to Epic, and a kick in the pants to actually them to do something with Steam.
Yeah, because you do hear people say the Epic Store, the people don't want something to come to all the haters about Epic exclusives because they don't like the way Epic doesn't have this or this feature that Steam has, but like,
I mean, something though that the Epic doesn't have that Steam does, that you can actually make your you can have like Steam skins. So like you can have your you can have stuff that looks like this already. Well, this is a small image. That's just blurry as
Oh
hell.
yeah, that's not good at all.
Like you can have, you know, your skin look like this one's mine actually. This is the one that I have. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Okay, because I actually have a Steam skin, so mine actually doesn't look like like the normal skin. So I mean, I guess that's kind of why they weren't really doing anything with them, like with like the look of Steam, just because people can just make their own looks and just have their own.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's good that we have competition for Steam because
mhm.
competition is good for the consumer because Steam they haven't had to do Valve hasn't had to really do much with Steam because
Yeah,
it was PC. Like you're a PC gamer, you're
you play it
Steam.
on Steam. Yeah.
Yeah, like we saw
Okay.
Microsoft with Windows tried so hard to get a store relevant and for so long, and that failed. And now we're seeing they are bringing stuff to Steam.
Yeah.
They're going to be bringing stuff to Steam with like Master Chief Collection and who knows what else. So,
Gears 5.
yeah, Gears 5 and yeah.
Yeah. This is
Is that on
actual.
Steam?
Well, let's find out. I'm showing off my Steam right now. Gears 5 right there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So, that's pretty cool. I know I saw the like what was it? I was looking at one of the like review sites or whatever, like one of the sites like was it the Keymailer site? And they have where you can
Yeah.
request and it's like this code works for both PC and Xbox and I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. That's cool. They're still doing that." Where
Yeah.
I wonder is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
like
If you have Game Pass Ultra, or
yeah, it also works.
Ultimate, yeah, you get them both.
Yeah,
So
but I'm saying I like that. I like Microsoft. They're they're doing a lot of good things with
yeah, they are.
stuff, and they're bringing stuff on Steam, and you know, I guess Valve, like we said, they just have to like they have to start doing stuff, and hopefully the next thing they'll do is change the revenue split.
They did they
They
they they did if your game does really well,
they did for
but
the big publishers,
the top
yes,
end, yeah,
but
but
like
not for anybody
that's why
below.
you're seeing a lot of smaller games come exclusive to Epic. You know, what was it? There was some game that like what was it? It was I think it was it a puzzle game or I don't know. I remember a couple weeks ago hearing about some dev came out and they made a post talking about we're making this game exclusive and all this and that and we're trying to get ahead of all the hate and they ended up getting more hate and it was this big thing.
Before we get too far away from Gears 5, um, I did hear that Gears 5 is the first AAA game to get a 5 out of 5 for hearing impaired.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's good.
for hearing impaired and deaf. So it's the first AAA game to get 5 out of 5. It's the first perfect game for deaf people.
God, I can't think of what the game was, but it was like some game I never heard of until this, like, you know, I guess controversy happened or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to search, but yeah, I watched a little bit of Gears. Like, was it last night? Pantsless Steve was streaming some, and I watched a little bit of it, and then I was like, I'm gonna go watch some anime instead.
Yeah,
But
I have zero
there's
interest in Gears, but
there's a long tutorial that you have to go through before you can do anything.
oh yeah.
It's pretty bad. And I think the co-op, I guess the co-op is only up to 3 players.
Oh really?
Because I figured it was 4. Like, you know, I guess some Gears, or at least the last Gears game I played was 4, and I think Gears 3 was 4-player co-op. I think, and I think Judgment was. I never played Judgment, but
The last Gears I
just got
played was the first one. So
yeah. I just got a message from Steve saying like there is 3-player co-op, and the one you play like this robot drone or whatever. One player plays as this robot drone. So there's
okay.
only 2 actual like human characters. So
Hmm.
that's kind of weird.
That is weird.
But the and what's also weird is the game is very colorful and bright.
That's what it looked like for the on the preview stuff we saw. Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
Repo Greek?
like I guess it's kind of weird because I remember trying to play Gears 1 and not liking it because it was just so dark, and it just the colors were so muddy, and it just like I don't know, I just it was just hard to see things. At least I felt that way. I was also on an SD TV at the time, so maybe that didn't help either.
Probably didn't
But
help. I don't know if you saw when I was showing my my Steam and I was looking up Gears. There's a Ultra HD texture pack available.
oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So, and I'm wondering, see, Gears
Looks
5
4K on the One X,
RTX,
I think.
or let's see, ray tracing. Let's see, Gears of War 5 ray tracing. Does it have ray tracing?
I don't know. I probably would say oh no.
Fucking ad blocker. I want to use an ad blocker, damn it. So stop stopping me. Fucking sites. It doesn't have it at launch, but it may get it in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, because I was about to say ray tracing is fairly new, right?
Yeah, I mean, games that are, the games are going to come out now or have ray tracing.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like the controller we were talking about earlier, that has ray tracing.
I was thinking
Battlefield
about
5.
something earlier, or like yesterday, I think I was listening to a podcast, and talking about like they were talking about the like they were about like the hair effects and stuff like that,
Trust
making jokes,
effects.
stuff like that, yeah, stuff like that and whatnot. And I'm like, I get I guess I don't know. Like I guess it's kind of good. We don't. I don't know. Like thinking about games like we. I know we have Bayonetta on PC, but think about a new Bayonetta with that kind of effects. Like, could that actually work? Like,
Not in the way that um
that'd be like the one game you couldn't probably get
Tomb
that
Raider
to
had it.
work. Yeah,
Not in that
it's
way.
like hair is like the main focus in mechanics.
Well, yeah. So like because like Tress Effect stuff like that was all like it had the game simulate the hair. With a game like
Oh yeah,
Bayonetta, you can't have it simulate the hair. You have to have it in control.
yeah.
So
I remember. I think The Witcher 3 have that stuff? I think it did.
maybe
I think I when I played Witcher 3, which I didn't play much of that, and it's one of those games I regret not finishing. I'm gonna say it might have had it. But that
it was some it was
Nvidia Hairworks.
Frostbites. Yeah,
Nvidia Hairworks.
yeah, Hairworks.
Okay.
That was it.
Yeah, I knew it had yeah. So I guess is the Tress FX one, is that AMD?
I thought it was Nvidia.
This is saying Nvidia Hairworks. I don't know. I mean, it's cool and all, but like, I don't know. It's a little too much. It's a little too much, I think. Like for hair, I don't care
I
about
mean,
hair looking that
when
great.
hair when hair doesn't look good, that's when you if hair looks but when it doesn't look good, you notice it though. Like when we saw before that uh that Lifeline headband, the hair didn't look right. So
Yeah. I
it
mean
so that made it look Photoshop.
but I mean I don't
Hairworks
need like every
was
single
Frostbite.
strand. Really? Cuz
Hairworks
it's
was Frostbite.
that's weird.
Nvidia may have had a hand in it, but it was used.
Yeah, cuz here's the developer.nvidia.com/hairworks.
PC Gamer and let's see, Nvidia brought us a new technology called Hairworks. And here's a Frostbite hair montage. It's a video of a bunch of techno music. It's really loud. Holy shit.
Does does The Witcher run on Frostbite?
I don't know, but it came up
No,
when.
it runs on Red Engine.
Oh no! Okay, this was Frostbite's new hair tech puts Geralt's finger licking locks to shame. That's what this article is. Okay, I'm like, what? What does this
Okay,
have?
yeah. I've we're spending too much time on hair and video. Like I don't need every single hair to render individually or like, you know, whatever craziness. Like as long as it looks fine,
Yeah,
as long as it's not like jarring, like where it's so low quality it's taking me out of the experience.
yeah.
I don't think it's providing that much more experience, though. You know, focusing on it too much. But anyways, so that's your news.
Yeah, that's it.
I got one quick thing, I guess. Something a little something kind of scary, actually. We've kind of talked about deep fake, right?
Yeah.
And how scary it is, and like the scariness of like crime, or like, you
Yeah.
know, like maybe, I don't know if we talked about it, about like evidence, like deep fake
Yes.
stuff as evidence. And well,
Yes.
apparently, this was a thief stole over $240,000 by using voice mimicking software to trick a company's employee. They used an AI voice deepfake of a company executive to get the employee to wire money to an offsite account in what researchers say is the first publicity or no publicly reported AI heist. This is kind of scary. Like,
Yes. Uh, yeah, it would. Especially when you know, like how far behind government and law that govern technology is, like how far it is behind, and how
oh god,
slow it
yeah.
is to come. Like something's got to change with with stuff like this. Like, yeah, something's got to
I
change
agree.
because technology is evolving so much faster than the I'm not going to say the to enforce it, but like to stop it from causing crimes.
Yeah, like what is it, like the last 30 years, the jump in technology has been like so much more advanced than the previous 200 years, you know? Is
Yeah.
that that
Yes.
just
Yes.
the
That's
small gap? And
it's
like,
part of, like, I think Moore's law falls into that. So, um, but like look at copyright law and just how wishy-washy and gray it is.
oh yeah,
But
like
like,
with the Calvin and Hobbes, that's a prime example. The Calvin pissing on stuff, like,
oh sure, I was
yeah.
more thinking of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Like YouTube, YouTube has been around for, what is it now,
There's
13
like
years.
fair use or whatever stuff, but yet
And
some
then, but that's
companies are
gray.
still able to, like Nintendo, they're still able to like veto stuff, even though it should be
Which,
under the
like,
fair use or
but then at the
creative
same time, it's not like fair use is not, it's not a strong defense. It isn't.
or creative
Um,
use or whatever you want to call
yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's not, it's not a strong use, and like it, but like YouTube itself has, just YouTube has been around for 13 years. And the internet, not much longer than that.
And you even look at Twitch, like what was it? We were what was it? Was it Apex? Like we kept getting like the like composer. I ended up looking it up, and like the VODs, there were like marks
Oh
against us or whatever because it like the
yeah,
composer or whatever of one of the
that was fake. I
musics of
think
a
that
game.
wasn't real. That was it. Well, YouTube has their own problem of not of
Well, no,
having
it was real. It
fake.
was real because it came up and said like when I looked at my VODs, like this is muted because in your like it listed, and I had to
No,
Google
no, no.
who the
Like,
hell is this person. And
no, like, they were not doing it though. Like, it wasn't them.
oh, it wasn't.
No, it was somebody else doing it. claiming
Oh,
that they
that's
were them, and
that's weird.
that happens too often. Like YouTube is like when you look at the false flags that YouTube gets, and the fact that YouTube does nothing about them, nothing. It actually pisses me off a little bit because
Yeah.
they don't care. They don't care.
It's weird. Like they don't care about that, but yet you're seeing them talk about Stadia with YouTube and how you can watch someone stream something and then click and then start right at that very spot that they're playing and so it's like they're focusing on all these advanced things, but like why don't
They're
you
looking
focus on
ahead without fixing
present?
the mess that they left behind. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. But
but law, yeah, like uh,
yeah, this deep fake stuff is it's scary.
it's
Like,
scary. You know, I'm surprised a certain orange resident has yet to claim a deepfake
huh,
as false. I'm surprised he hasn't, because probably he doesn't even know about him. But
yeah.
it'd be something he'd do. It'd be something he'd do.
Like what was it? We were even watching, was it last week we were watching that Tom Cruise one?
Yeah, yeah, that
If
was
he
last
was
week.
Iron Man, and it's like that's kind of crazy. Like, it it it's not real and it feels weird, but it looks like it's that uncanny valley where it's like almost so real, but there's something where your brain's like this is weird. It's not quite right, but I don't know. It's scary, and who knows what can happen. Like it's very similar to, I guess, this, but did you see the person who made the alternate ending to Endgame,
No,
where like Tony Stark doesn't snap, he like gets killed by Thanos, and
no, I've not seen that at all.
it's pretty crazy. Like some of it looks there's the point where it's like, okay, no, that's does not look real at all, but like some of it looks pretty crazy real. I'll have to look it up and send it to you. I thought it was a regular alternate ending, but then I saw it again and someone was like, "Hey, if you want to support me, my Patreon is this and this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Pretty dark though.
Yeah,
But yeah, like technology is so crazy. You got people who are able to like do all these special effects and all these crazy things on their own that like dwarf what, you know, professional studios were able to do like 10 years ago.
yeah,
People on their computers now can do stuff just as good as, like I said, 10, 15 years ago, that $100 million budget, you know, just but technology is so crazy. And yeah, these deep fakes are just so scary. It's like I try not to look at deep fake stuff because it does scare me. Like
yeah.
some people are like, "Oh, that's really cool." Me, no, it creeps me out and it scares me. Like it really does. Like I don't know. I embrace technology, but I'm also scared of it. Like you talk about like cybernetic implants and stuff like that. I'm never going to do any of that stuff. I'm never going to hook my brain up to a computer if that's ever possible. I'm never gonna do that because at that point, you're gonna get hacked? Your brain's gonna get hacked?
Yeah, I would have to have 100% assurance that nothing bad would happen to
You can't
me.
do that. You can't give 100% when it comes to technology. Look at Apple. Like they've claimed, oh, we have no viruses. Viruses aren't a thing on, but no, that's not true.
No, that's absolute bullshit. Because yeah, that was true at first because nobody was using your software to even care about creating a virus, but now everybody uses your software. So hey,
Yeah,
virus.
and I saw some report that was like, hey, this app has infected so many hundreds of thousands of Apple products or whatever, and people didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
about it till now. And I saw something like that recently, and I'm like, oh god, like technology is great, but it's also really scary. Like that's the
Yeah,
whole like premise of like Terminator too. I mean,
right. Yeah.
Terminator also, not necessarily Terminator
Well,
sequel.
Terminator 2 as well.
Yeah, but it's like technology gets so advanced and it gets so scary and like I don't know. It's frightening and these
But
deep fake
and then
things like
there's also the point of the the idea of singularity. Leaving our bodies and just joining, becoming one with technology.
was deep fake in one of the Terminator movies where they like replicate the look and sound of like someone in order to get something to happen or like program wise. I want to say that sounds familiar for one of those for some sci-fi movie like back back then in that time period. Like to
I
get like
want,
launch
yeah,
codes or for something like that.
I can see something like that. Yeah, I don't know if I can actually see.
I mean, it might not necessarily be Terminator, but like I want to say I remember some movie like that where you're like, that's crazy. That could never happen. Um, look at what was it? Look at the Resident Evil movies. The little girl. That's kind of similar, right?
No, no, that was a hologram look. No.
But it was based off of like a real, like apparently a real like little girl in the lore or whatever. But I don't know. It's technology is advancing. We're seeing more and more. We're seeing a lot of things very similar to some of these sci-fi movies where tech goes crazy and kills us.
Yeah, which is why we got to kick their ass now before they get too high on themselves.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw this right as we were like in the middle of us recording, and I'm like, this is interesting. I put this put this up. Let's see. Oh, I'm this these tweet. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, I'm tweeting, and it's like how deep fakes could literally change the face of movies, and it's like, well, that's not what I searched for. I searched for like sci-fi movies that had like deep fake in them.
Yeah, that
Before deep
I've
fake
I've
was
also
a
tried to
thing.
do that.
I want to say that stuff was in one of the like don't know. It just seems so familiar, but
But the problem is that we can only use the word deep fake, and we got to use another word.
yeah, that's the thing. Like deepfake is a more recent term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say there was one of those sci-fi movies where like the AI like mimicked the voice of someone to call and get something to happen, or like it's been in it's got to have been in a few movies at least, just one of
Yeah.
those examples where like we dream of some crazy or there's crazy stuff that people come up with in sci-fi and it ends up being reality. Like, how many things have Star Trek, you know, came up with that seemed like super fiction, super science fiction, and now we have them in our everyday life.
My favorite one. It's tech that came out of Star Trek. Multitasking on PCs.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's my favorite one because there's a scene in an early episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where Data is listening to multiple songs at the same time, and somebody like, huh? Oh no, he's listening to multiple songs. He's also listening to books. He's listening to a bunch of different things at the same time, and because he's an android, he
Consuming
can.
so much at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and like someone just looked at that like, huh, and just came up with the idea of multitasking on in Windows, like having multiple things open at the same time. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, what was it? Back to the Future had like the video like calls
Had
and stuff
Skype,
like that.
yeah,
Had
totally had
had
Skype.
Skype, but yet there's still faxes
they,
because
yeah,
he gets
they
fired.
couldn't get everything.
He
They
gets a
couldn't get
fax
everything.
that says you're fired.
They couldn't get everything. Still
or
waiting on dehydrated pizza though.
or self-drying jackets.
Yeah, I
I
did.
guess we.
I saw something the other day on how they did the self lacing, like on movie set.
Oh yeah.
They had him stand like there was a person below the floor, and like his laces were insanely long. So like when he put his feet down, like his feet were down for the scene, and they just pulled on the laces, just tighten them up, and then replace them with regular shoes for the next cut.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that scene of his shoes tightening up is somebody below him just going whoop
Yeah,
on his
you can't beat.
shoelaces.
Well, you can't beat practical effects. Like
No,
good
I've
practical
always
effects.
been a fan of I can't get the word out, practical effects.
I mean, soon you'll probably be able. We're getting there to where CG is gonna beat practical effects, but you know,
Mm,
still not there yet.
no, yeah. I mean, there are some practical effects, like yeah, okay, like you look at John John Carpenter's The Thing, like yeah, there's no way that looks real. Or like Aliens, like yeah, sure, yeah, those don't look real at all. But like look at like Jurassic Park, like that's probably the best use of both practical and like old tech CGI that like no one has quite outdone.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
also,
why. What is it?
all the
All
CGI stuff was shot in darkness, so and that helped.
Yeah, and that's why. Like you look at some of like the old like movies like the Henson stuff. it looks so good even today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, this new Dark Crystal series came out, and I just saw the Dark Crystal for the first time like a couple months ago, and like that just I didn't like the look of it, and I hated the story, but like I could see how it was being done, like you know I could see behind the scenes already, and it was fascinating. Like I was just
Yeah.
fascinated by the puppetry and the blending of you know of using live people in those scenes as well as puppets.
Yeah, The Labyrinth is a prime example. That movie still holds up.
Yeah,
I'll watch that
yeah.
movie.
The labyrinth is
I'll
good.
still watch that movie. It's one of my favorites. Just looks so good and holds up pretty well, I think. But yeah, deep fake though, the whole AI tech and you know, uh I guess the visual stuff of deep fake too. This crime was just the just the audio side of deep fake.
Yeah,
But I could definitely see a future where, deep fake could be used maybe to frame someone for a crime. That's the scary
sure.
part of it,
That
you know?
yeah, I'm sadly
That's
waiting for
definitely
that to
been
happen.
in that's definitely been in sci-fi,
Yes,
you know, framing someone for a crime using, technology like that. You know, we
yes,
have, yeah, but I don't know. We're first AI heist, and it probably won't be the last. It's crazy, but anyways, I guess this has we're you don't have anything else, right? We're running a
no,
bit long.
we're running really
Alrighty.
long.
Yep. This has been episode 358 of the Geeks for the Win podcast. You can find all the previous episodes at thegeeksftw.com, as well as links to our Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at thegeeksftw. Stuart is at Casual Terror, and I'm at Geeky William. And we will catch you next time.
Aye, aye.
I didn't realize how I didn't realize until I looked, and I'm like, oh god, it's after 8. Oh
Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and
yeah,
45 minutes on stream.
yeah. I didn't even think we'd have that much to talk about, but I guess I was wrong.
No, yeah, that's why when you said you had something like, oh god, it's gonna be a long one.
So there's this IGN article, the 19 of the most spoilery movie trailers ever.
Yeah,
What's one? What's the first one that comes to your mind?
Avatar.
Really, Avatar? For me, it's Terminator 2.
I thought it was hidden that he was good.
Oh, that was it was in the
You
trailer.
sure?
I want to say it was.
I want to say it wasn't.
I want to say the "Come with me if you want to live" was in the trailer.
I'm watching it now. Do 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 do. Oh, maybe you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But that's also 91. I don't remember 91.
Oh, I don't either. I know that I've heard about it though, and I'm like, oh, that had to have sucked, because that could have been a crazy reveal, you know.
Yeah.
But they don't have that on here. They have Salvation and Genesis, not T2.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, I guess, but nobody really cared about those Terminator movies, anyways. Apparently, was it the I saw the T3, the female Terminator was actually in a comic years before the movie actually came out.
Hmm.
It was a Superman Terminator crossover,
Okay.
which is kind of weird. Like, apparently there's a lot of crossovers with DC and like Terminator and Predator and Aliens and Batman fights Predator. They all fight aliens at one point. Superman, Batman, I think the Justice League, and like,
What trouble do the aliens give Superman? I mean, come on. Unless
I
their
don't know,
fangs are laced with kryptonite.
kryptonite. Yeah, I don't know. But it's like, it was weird, like, because I was watching one of the comic shows and they were going over the story of it, and they were like, yeah, and Cyborg Superman shows up, and because I guess the crossover took place in between like Superman coming back from the dead, but not like the whole like red blue Superman weird, like that. God, that whole era of Superman was just ridiculous. But yeah, it like was like right after he came back, like Cyborg Superman was a thing, and he like I don't know, like he at one point like combined with the female Terminator and became this crazy thing, and then like it seemed ridiculous.
Speaking of Cyborg Superman, have you seen Rise of Superman?
I have not, no.
Should, it's good.
Yeah,
Although
I do.
you have to watch the death of Superman first, because it's a direct tie-in. It's a you watch one then the other.
Do I really? Because I know the story of Death of Superman.
It's different from Doom. It's different from Doom.
Okay.
It is different about where apocalypse where Doomsday comes from.
Is it not Kryptonians who?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Interesting.
It
So
is
it's like,
not
I guess,
Kryptonian.
I guess it's their new 52 origins?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because the original origin of Doom wasn't it the Kryptonian thing? Or I don't know. But yeah. I don't like Death of Superman. I think that's just a. I don't like that storyline.
It's a lot better. It's a lot. I think the new movie is a lot is okay. Is
Healing
good.
Coma is the dumbest thing,
It
in my
is.
opinion. It's one of the dumbest things in comic books.
But I mean, from in the movies on, it's an explanation on how because like Superman became too godlike. He really did. So like if the I'm
yeah.
not sure about in the comics, but like the healing coma actually weakened him and permanently weakened him. So like he was not as strong. At
And he
least
got
in this
stronger, right?
in this movie, like he is like from now on, he is not as strong as he was.
Yeah, they keep giving him new powers, Superman.
They used to, yeah, and that yeah, they used to.
Like he has that solar flare power or whatever.
No, that's
It
Krillin.
like no, he has a solar. I think it's called solar flare. I don't know, but it's like he's able to. It's a weird thing, but it like weakens him for like a day or whatever. It makes him like human for a day or something like that. He has to have a full day to recover. Where he like ends up using all the power he has stored up from the yellow sun, you know. And then I think I want to say there was something recent where it's like he can breathe in water or something which I'm like he was able to he doesn't have to breathe anyways,
Hold
right?
his
I thought
breath. Just hold his breath.
yeah, I thought saw some like
No,
article.
the new 52. He's still Doomsday is still from Krypton.
Yeah, from from CBR year Superman Year 1 reveals another new superpower of breathing underwater.
My favorite one, his ability to grow a beard.
And what was it? He's also king of Atlantis now or some shit like that. King of something I never actually saw, but I it's it is. But yeah, I don't know. I the breathing in water thing is weird. I thought Superman didn't have to breathe at all. I thought that was a thing. That's
No,
why
I
he was
just
able
thought
to be in space.
I just thought he held his breath.
Yeah, I thought it was he didn't have to breathe. Like he was like how Frieza is, you know. I don't know. Comics are weird.
Yeah.
It's just I want to get it back into comics, but it's just so overwhelming. That's why I like those YouTube channels.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to get back into the the Power Rangers ones, because I heard they've now moved on to the point in time where we have the new red, the new black, and the new yellow.
Oh, Rocky,
Rocky, Adam,
uh, Adam
and
and
Aisha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're now, and like the peace summit that the other Rangers went on is in outer space.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
it's not like, you know, it's in outer space, and now they're new space rangers kind of a thing. Like they've got a cool suit apparently and stuff like that. Because that sure didn't happen on the show. Because they left because they wanted more money.
I like Rocky as the red.
Adam was pretty good as Black as well.
Yeah, but Zach was still better than Adam. Zach
Yeah.
was cool. I think I saw it was like some documentary or something like that on YouTube about like the Power Rangers or whatnot.
There's a couple of them probably.
It was it was recently, I want to say, and what was it? They were interviewing.
There's one that I used to watch. Like it was a fan doing stuff, and like he couldn't anymore because he got in trouble with like
Yeah,
Saban and stuff.
I want to say like they were talking to Zach and they were talking about the whole like you think it's weird the black guy was the Black Ranger and blah blah, and he's like, well, black is cool, I don't care, I thought that was awesome, like, I think they said something like maybe he was supposed to be blue originally or something like that, I don't know, like, it's odd. I'm trying to look at my watch history and see if maybe say it wasn't that long ago. Like I saw this too. But yeah, there's some interest in it. It was pretty interesting. It was they were talking about like how they got the gigs and just the sheer like fandom, like how they just did not expect it. It was a big deal. I remember as a kid it being a big deal, and
I loved it. I loved it as a kid.
remember I have a picture of like they had like at the like they had an event at McDonald's where they had like someone as the White Ranger dressed up and came and there was just the sheer line, like it was massive, like it they had like like the little like like when you're in line and the little chains with the poles and stuff, like they had that
Mm-hmm.
all around the parking lot. Like there had to have been hundreds and hundreds of people there. It was just insane. I'm looking for this, but I might have watched. It might have been YouTube, but I might have watched it on one of those sites or whatever. And I don't know if that. I don't necessarily know if that stuff tracks. You know, if you watch it embed on a site, if it
Uh,
tracks on your YouTube. No, here we go. Here we go. I found it. It was Sci-Fi Wire. Have
Sci-Fi Wire Power Rangers. Pulled it right up.
Yeah, there's the
Oh,
link. It
it's
was
Sifi. Sifi did it.
yeah. Which like that's what if you go to their website, that's what it is. Like it's not just about their shows and stuff. It's like there's a huge like fandom blog type dedication to the sci-fi website.
All the ridiculous Carnival Row names ranked by ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's a pretty good video. And I guess that dude's from popular on the internet, right?
Who?
Watch the first like of this video. Watch the first like I don't know 10, 15, or skip to like 30-second mark or whatever.
Um, I want to say I've seen him before. Yeah.
That like the black nerd or something like that. Like
I can't think of where I've seen him. Andre
I
Meadows.
recognize he's like an internet like guy. Yeah, the black nerd. Yeah, that's who. Yeah, like I know
Yeah,
of
yeah,
him, but
that's
yeah,
him.
that was
Yeah,
yeah. But this guy, like, uh he is, as he says, he's like a nerd, a geek, like yeah. So when he's interviewing these people, he knows his stuff, and it's very interesting, is to have someone interview and question and who it's like he asked the same questions we would ask. So it's pretty good. God, it's so hard to watch the stuff with the Zords because I just see the toys.
yeah.
They're literally just using the toys to.
We never did talk about what did you think of Carnival Row?
I haven't finished it.
Me neither. I figured you would have.
I've watched the first 3 episodes.
Hey, we're in the same place.
Yeah,
We're in the same
it,
place.
I was talking to Steve about this. It takes a little time. It's a little
It's
slow.
draggy. It's draggy. Yeah.
He was kind of like, "Oh, first episode. I don't know if I'm blah blah," and I'm thinking, really, you're gonna judge a whole series off of one episode? Like, okay. I was telling him, yeah, it definitely is world building.
Yeah, you definitely. Yes, it is very
That
world building at the moment.
that first episode is very world building, and then second episode stuff starts to happen.
I am curious on that um oh that Cthulhu like thing that's in the sewers.
Yeah, that's killing the pixies.
Yeah, well, it's not just pixies.
Oh yeah, yeah, but that's definitely interesting. Yeah, but yeah, we get that whole thing, and a lot, the him tracking down the other dude who was killing the pixies, and
Yeah,
all there's like stuff happens in the second episode, and then the third episode you got the flashback.
which I very much appreciated.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I was telling him, it gets better, and I like it. The production value or the production quality is amazing.
Yeah,
It's on
I
par with movies, I think. Like,
yeah um I was reading the trivia and some of the stuff, and like um Vignette's Wings, it's 50-50 CGI and practical effects.
wow, okay.
And those wings look good. They do.
I was telling him, yeah, and there's some sex scenes that are kind of weird.
The first one you saw with the pixie, the one with the
In the
one dude's
brothel.
son in the brothel, yeah, I'm like, how's that work? How's that work?
That's exactly. I'm like,
How's that
how?
work? Like that's
I
gotta
don't
hurt.
get that. Like,
That's gotta hurt.
Like he's got to be like I don't know. Like I'm like I told Steve there's some interesting weird
Yeah,
or interesting sex scenes.
yeah. Like, dude was being picked up by his dick. Like, there's no pleasure there.
Unless like I don't know, he was holding on to her or
Didn't look
I don't
like it.
know.
Didn't look like he was holding
It's
that
like
tightly.
yeah, it's weird. It was very odd. Oh, right below that Power Rangers one is another one you might like, or right below in my watch history. That was a pretty good video
Bet you
too.
there's nothing I didn't know.
There was a couple
There's no,
things
there's nothing.
I think I want to say, maybe not. I do like whenever you do hear about stuff that you didn't know, and you look and you're like, yeah, I knew Madam Web was based off of uh Stanley's uh you know like
Mm-hmm.
the look and the voice was Stanley's wife, and I
Mm-hmm.
knew this. Yeah.
There was one. Oh, what was it? There was something that I read. It was a list of, you know, things you didn't know about this. And I was like, if you didn't pay attention, sure, yeah, you didn't know it. But if you paid attention, oh, crap, it's going to know. There's no way for me to find it. Because it wasn't a video. It was an article.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what site it was. Oh, I remember now. It was Stargate.
Okay. What about Stargate?
It was things you might not have known about Stargate. Let me tell you what number one was. Jack has issues about losing his son. No shit. No
What?
shit. Like that tells you like, oh no, really.
Well, I mean, one, the movie all about like focuses on that heavily.
Let's see. Another one
Two,
was Teal'c's favorite movie was Star Wars. It's like, yeah, I know. He brought that up multiple
mention that.
times.
Yeah.
Like it's stuff like that. Like, okay, this is a bad list. This is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I when I got to number one, I almost threw my phone.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking at Hulu stuff, and it's like my watch list is like Universe, and I'm like, Stewart said that's not that good.
I
So,
didn't watch it. Like I
oh
remember
really?
I remember the first episode. It has a scene where the kid is playing the Stargate MMO that never came out.
Was that supposed to be a thing?
Yes,
Oh wow.
it was a
Okay.
Stargate MMO that was in development. It never made it out, and the only scenes that people have seen of it is in Stargate Universe.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that was such a good show. I'm glad you got me to watch that. And Atlantis was really good too.
Yeah,
Like to have a show with a spin-off be just as good as the original, like a huge feat.
it happens though. Yeah. It hasn't happened in many years, but a bunch of shows
That Angel,
from the
Buffy.
'70s that had to happen. But yeah, there's only
You
like not many from the '90s, and I couldn't tell you about today.
guess besides the like NCISs and stuff like that,
Yeah,
those are more of the same, like just in
yeah. There,
different
it's just
location.
same
Because you
same
have
show,
this,
different
it's
lookout.
like this character is basically Gibbs,
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff. Which like I kind of stopped watching NCIS like a few years ago
I haven't seen it in many years. I think since I
when
lived at
like
home.
people started to leave. Like the dude who played Tony left, got that other
Oh
show.
yeah.
Like they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, him and Ziva had a kid, and Ziva died, so he's quitting and taking care of the kid, and all this and that." But like, apparently now Ziva faked her death and she's back. I'm like, if you haven't jumped the shark already, I think you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it Wilmer Valderrama was on it, and I don't know if he still
Fez.
is, but like, yeah, and a few other people, and I'm like, oh, okay. You watch The Boys, right?
I watched the half of the first episode.
Oh, you gotta watch that. It's so good. There's a character in
Mm.
there that I'm like, who is that? That that that. Or there's an actress in there that I'm like, I don't know who that is. That she's familiar, but I can't put my, I can't. And then I don't even think I looked it up. I think I just remembered. I'm like, oh yeah, she was one of those bad people from NCIS when all the good people left. She like replaced Ziva, and okay, interesting. I like when that happens. Like you're like trying to think of something, and it's you're trying to make that connection, and you figure it out before you look it up.
EA's infamous defense of Battlefront 2's awful grind wins a Guinness World Record. Of what?
Guinness World Records don't matter though. Like anything can be a world record now. Like
It's the most downvoted comment on Reddit.
oh, okay.
That's what it won.
What was it? They made a like they had a at Comic Con. It was like the Guinness record of most people doing a Kamehameha.
Okay.
That was a thing. I'm not even kidding. And I want to say there was one. It was like the most people doing the Owen Wilson. Wow, that was
Wow.
another one. Yeah, it's odd. But oh yeah, I started watching anime again because it's weird. I got an email from Verve saying, "Hey, here's a free code for a $10 gift card to come back." And I'm like,
Okay.
that's kind of weird. Like, it was a code that you entered in the site, and it gave you another code to redeem in the your account, like payment and whatever. So I guess you could technically like get the code. It was a code that you entered to give you a gift card code that you could enter to pay. So I guess technically you could have gotten it and given it to somebody else. It was very
Sure.
weird. It seems like they could have made it easier. Like, here's a free month. Something simple, you know? Instead of like, here's a code for a code. But so I did that, and then I got in the mail, a little solicit from Funimation saying, here, come back a month for 99 cents
In the mail. Wow.
in the
They
physical
really wanted you
mail.
back. They really wanted you back.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, this is weird that both these things happened on the same day, and one in the mail and one in an email. Like, very odd. Is Dragon Ball Z on Crunchyroll? Or no? I want to say, weirdly enough, they still have like Dragon Ball Z like stuff in the Verve like advertisements or whatnot. Like I saw something recently, like when I was signing
Super
up,
is.
or it's super. Okay, that's what it was then, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, wasn't sure if it was on Crunchyroll or if it was still leftover stuff from.
Super is.
Okay, they need to hurry up and make more.
Yeah, they do.
I guess also I still have a like all those Heroes episodes, right?
What?
Dragon Ball Superheroes.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, they're on like I don't even know what they're on now. Last I
15.
saw, I
Wow.
think they were on.
16.
Yeah,
Oof.
okay, I was about to say last I saw they were on 12.
See 16.
So that might be something I watch this weekend because those are pretty cool. Like I was telling you, they're like if you take all the
Six,
filler out of Dragon
16
Ball
came
Z.
out yesterday,
Yeah, they're like
maybe?
if you take all the filler out of Dragon Ball Z. Oh, here's the battle in one short 5-6 minute episode. Okay. Instead of like 10 episodes, it's in a 5 minute thing, 5 minute video. Oh God, I wonder how. I wonder. Hmm, I'm gonna have to watch that later. CBR has the YouTube video, the complete Dragon Ball canon timeline explained. And it looks like it goes all the way into Super. It's like 32 minutes long.
Well,
Starts with Dragon Ball.
technically, it should go from Z to Super to Z.
Yeah,
Because
technically.
the last five, six, 7 episodes of Z happens after Super.
Was it that many? I thought it was like 3.
No, it's like 5.
God.
Let me look.
But yeah, it starts with Dragon Ball and
Yes,
then goes all the way to
anime.
Super, I guess? Or Z. Like, I don't know. I
Z.
just see images of Super, so I know it at least does that, yeah. This was 6 months ago. Which,
4.
yeah.
Last 4 episodes, I think.
Okay.
What's the 4th to last episode?
God, this was 6 months ago, and that was probably that. Yeah, that was. Super's been wrapped up for longer than that. Wow, yeah. Dang. Been so long since Super wrapped up. Ugh.
No, okay, looks like it was 3. It's the last 3 episodes.
Okay.
Although it might as well be the 4th. Because that episode did nothing. The party.
There's one thing I'm pretty confident about. It's my knowledge on Dragon Ball Z.
We've tested this.
If we do, yeah, we have.
We tested it.
uh, that's right. I forgot about that. I was pretty obsessed with Dragon Ball Z.
All right, well, I'm gonna get something to eat. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
hungry.
with you there. Alrighty, I will talk to you later.
Yeah, see ya.